trust me. We gotta get this looking good. What is up, you guys? I feel like we have not had a chance to sit down and chat in so long. Hello, it's officially the middle of September. I don't even know how this video is gonna fall because I have been posting so out of order because my life has been crazy ever since I bought my very first home. I figured it was time to do a Q&A video so we can finally catch up, answer some of your guys' most asked questions, and I can get ready for my best friend Erica's birthday party. So let me get my makeup here so that I can be getting ready while we're chatting. You know, your girl is a multitasker. I just got out of the shower. I worked a little princess shift today, a little 4 hours in and out of the hospital. And then I came home and I was like, I feel disgusting. I need to shower, but I have literally less than an hour until I need to be leaving for my friend Erica's birthday party. We're gonna dry the hair. We're gonna style the hair. I'm really excited because this video is sponsored by Dreamy, my new favorite 7-in-1 styling product. I'm really excited to show you guys how I use it. But let me go to Instagram so I can answer your guys' questions. I was like, okay, we're just gonna talk about it finally. We're scrolling to the bottom to keep this fair. The first question is, what is my favorite room in the house? I really thought it was gonna be like my bedroom, but it's not. It's actually my living room. Probably the biggest living room that I've ever had, and it's the part of the house that I think is super awesome because it has like the cathedral ceiling look, and we put a lot of work into making that space look awesome because we had to fix all the popcorn ceilings, we painted the whole room white, and then we also added hand lighting, 8 different candle lights into that room to like completely transform it and modernize it. And so I feel like that room looks totally different, which is crazy. I also bought my 2 treats for myself for the house and I put them in that room, which is one, the couch and the frame TV. We're gonna continue on the house questions. Also, I don't really know where to get ready in this house because I'm a sitting down getting ready gal. So we're in my bedroom right now and I'm sitting on a stool. But if you guys see me chatting to the viewfinder over here, I'm sorry, but you guys are my mirror. What made me want to buy the house? If you guys have been following my channel for a long time, you will have known that I have always wanted to buy a house from a young age. I had a goal of buying a house before I was 30 since I was a little girl, like before high school. This has been a long time coming and I'm very excited that it all perfectly worked out in the way that I wanted to. I'm living in the exact spot that I thought I would with the dream number of bedrooms, dream number of bathrooms, and a 2-car garage. Honestly, I'm feeling blessed. That is what made me decide to get the house. How long have I been working on the house? So that's a really good question. To give you guys a little bit of context, I got the keys for the house May 3rd. I had a crazy month of May. I had 3 different trips in that month, including a trip to Europe. And then I got mono for 6 weeks while my house was still being worked on. And then I finally went back to work. There was 2 of my very best friends who got married during that time. And now we are here in September. So I have only been living in this house for a little over a month and a half. I officially started like sleeping here at the end of July. Honestly, not that long. All of the month of May, June, July on the house. So we worked on the house for about 3 months before I moved in, and I was not paying for my apartment at the time. You guys know I moved out. I was like, I'm not paying double rent, especially if I'm gone during this time. So I have just been bopping around. Oh my gosh, how is home ownership? Great question. It's great in some ways and really stressful in others. I think like the financial strain of being used to, you know, not that I was, you guys know, I wasn't like a crazy spender. I feel like it's a much more exciting to live your life in a saving mode. Like, oh, I'm gonna live like I don't have enough money, but actually I'm saving all this money that I'm not spending, rather than like, hey, I'm spending all of this money, but it's for equity and I don't really see it in my bank account, but I will appreciate it years down the line. So I think that is challenging, like financially, just because it's different than how I've always lived my life. And there's a lot more responsibility and tasks to do. But in terms of making this place a home and watching my vision come to life, dreaming about the memories that I'm gonna have in this home, like this is a place that I want to take my children home to, and I'm creating a space that will eventually hold my family, is something that's really, really special and priceless. To wake up on my days off and know that I worked really hard during the week so I can enjoy a backyard is super cool. People warn you, it's not all like sunshine and rainbows. There's things that break, there's things that I'm still discovering about the house that are annoying features that, you know, you just have to learn to live with, because your first home, unless you're a millionaire, is not gonna be perfect. Okay, there are so many questions about my boyfriend. We're gonna get to that, I promise, but let's finish the makeup first. Do you see yourself becoming a full-time influencer in the next 5 years or ever? Really good question. So this is kind of an interesting question to me because basically I have been a full-time influencer, which to me means it's on a similar equal playing field as my nursing job, even though nursing of course is more normal or whatever. To me, I feel like, yeah, I've been doing full-time YouTube because I started doing it seriously when I was in like just before college. So that was was like when I was 18 and I'm almost 28. So I have been doing it full time for like almost an entire decade, which is crazy. Will I see myself doing this forever? I have always said that I will do it while it brings me joy. One of the great things now in my life is I have a lot more balance because I do have a normal job, a regular schedule. I'm not just like sitting around all day wondering what I'm gonna film. Sometimes I wish I was because I have so much to film and edit for you guys for the house. It's not even funny, but I do enjoy like the balance of my life that I have a normal job just like a lot of you guys. I get the struggle and I get the fatigue and the exhaustion, and I get to come online and share that same experience with all of you guys. And I think that's something that's really special, and I would probably never give up. So will I ever like quit nursing to become a full-time YouTuber? If that's what you're asking, the answer is no. I like that I get to share skiing and nursing and YouTube, all a part of my day. Which there was a question about skiing on here. You guys, this blind makeup routine life is rough. Speaking of my job as a nurse, someone wants to know what's my favorite thing about nursing and the peds world. My favorite thing about nursing is, like, I just had an experience today where I ran into one of my patients' moms who I was their nurse when their child was first diagnosed, which is a very special, unique experience, especially because I was like their nurse for an entire week and have gotten to interact with them in really cool occasions. To be able to see his mom, to be able to see that mom today and have her face light up and say hi to me and tell her how amazing her child is doing, it just means the world. To be a part of these family stories is so special, and it will really never get old. And then my favorite thing about the peds world is just getting to see how children are able to find the joy through some of the most stressful situations of their lives. They are truly amazing. Someone wants to know if I'm interested in working in a different specialty. So if you guys don't know, I work in pediatric hematology oncology. I also do stem cell transplants. No, I don't want to switch specialties. I love PT Monk. It's so me, and I love the relationship factor of how all of us interact and get to know our patients at like a really intimate level over years sometimes. I'm gonna go get a lip gloss, then we're gonna dry the hair, and then we'll keep chatting. There's a lot of other questions. Oh, we'll answer this one while I stand up. Where do I usually shop for my clothing? I love your style. Thank you so much. Here's my outfit of the day for my friend's birthday party. The jeans are Madewell. They're super comfy. I love shopping at Madewell. The belt, I think, is like by DKNY. I'm not sure. My mom got it for me. My long sleeves is from Reformation. I have a cute little necklace here from Goriana. Where else do I like to shop? Anthropology, Aritzia, big Aritzia, sale section gal. A lot of Madewell lately. A little bit of Nordstrom, a little bit of Free People. Those are the main places. It's a good time. Let me put my lip product on and I will return. We're ready to do the hair. I'm so excited to be working with Dreamy's 7-in-1 Airstyle Pro Hairstyler. I used to always want one of these, but they were so expensive, and I love that this is a budget-friendly option. And I also have really thick hair that takes forever to dry, so if I ever want to shower before hanging out with my friends like I'm about to do, it's almost impossible without a product like this to tame all the frizz and to get my hair to actually dry, because it will just be sopping wet for hours. First of all, it comes with this stunning case. This thing is just an absolute beaut, and it looks beautiful on my shelf. It has all of the different styling tools. I have one on my brush right now. We've got the round volumizing brush, the flyaway tamer, the hard smoothing brush, the auto wrap barrels that curl both right and left, the fast dryer, which I use all the time. And then right now on it, I have the smooth styling brush because I usually use this as my last attachment when I'm blow drying my hair nice and straight. But we're gonna get started with the fast drying brush. This thing is so awesome. You just pop the attachment on. It's got a magnet, you twist, it's on there. Cord wraps up beautifully so it's never getting tangled. It has 3 wind speeds, 3 temperatures, including a cold boost that you can just slide this thing up, burst your hair with cold so you can set your style, or for me, it like really helps tame the frizz and get my hair nice and shiny. I'm gonna put a question on the screen and then I'm gonna type out the answer to it. That's what we're gonna do while I plug this in and we just get the base of my hair blow dried, because I like to get the under part of my hair since it's so thick. Then I'll show you what I do next. The base of my hair is dry, so we're gonna keep going with our questions. Obviously, I've been getting a lot of questions on whether or not I have a boyfriend. At first, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna answer this question because, oh, you guys, my hair is turning out good. Anyway, yes, I do have a boyfriend, and he is the most amazing human ever, which is so cool to say because you guys know I've kind of been joking about like my single life for years. I feel like every single Q&A I answer this question like whether or not I have a boyfriend, and it's always like, nope, another single year here, and it's not for lack of trying. The effort has paid off. Let me tell you. There are so many questions about my boyfriend, and this Q&A I was like, okay, everyone is really invested here. I am going to acknowledge the fact that I have a boyfriend because it would be crazy not to. Him and I obviously went to Europe together, and I had already kind of mentioned like I was going with someone special, and you guys really picked up on the hints. There's no harm in people knowing that I have a boyfriend. However, a long time ago, before I met this amazing person, literally like when I was a high schooler watching all of these YouTube relationships unfold, I made a promise to myself that I would never introduce the internet to my boyfriend until a certain point in our relationship. I have a very specific occasion in which I will do it, and it will be a very hard launch. For those of you asking when I'm gonna do the hard launch, you're just gonna have to be patient as I'm patient. I feel like there are so many questions that I'm like, okay, we just have to address. We're gonna address some of them. The first question is, tell us about your dating experience leading up to meeting someone. I was going on 1 to 3 dates a week, okay? I was putting, this is like pre my boyfriend, I was putting the work in. I was going on the apps, I was trying them out, mostly Hinge, because I was like, I can't complain about being single if I'm not gonna do anything about it. So I went on a lot of dates. I literally told my boyfriend when he asked about my relationship experience, I was like, I'm a professional first dater. I've been on so many first dates, it doesn't even faze me anymore. Beyond that, like, frankly, there weren't a lot of guys that were making the cut. I did have a couple situationships that lasted like a couple months, and then things like never progressed. I had to learn the hard way to be like, okay, we're gonna need to expedite this dating game, and I can't have like 6-month-long situationships. So we learned a lot from the experience. Let me tell you, when I met my boyfriend, I knew very quickly that I was like, yes, this is it. So everyone told me that, and I was like, of course. And of course, everyone says, it happens when you least expect it. And it did kind of happen when I least expected it, because I did start dating him in the middle of ski season, which is my busiest season, and I had very minimal time, but the right one will be patient, and he was patient, and it paid off. I'm gonna answer one more boy question before we try this next one. Is there a man's? Yes, there is an amazing man's. Do you know how/who you got mono from? I'm not used to hearing adults getting mono versus teens. Okay, this kind of has to do with my man's. I will address it. Most likely, I got it from my boyfriend. The Epstein-Barr virus, it gets shed in your body. Like once you have it, you get mono once, you don't get mono again. Most people are exposed to Epstein-Barr very early on in their age. I was always a person that like never shared drinks with people. It just like grossed me out. Even in college, I was like, this is my drink, we don't really share. Like it was very select people I was sharing drinks with. So I never really got sick. Then get a boyfriend. My amazing boyfriend ended up getting injured, and we had like a very stressful season of our lives. And during the said stressful season of our lives, I believe he was probably shedding Epstein-Barr virus. A magical like perfect month later, which is exactly what the science tells us, I ended up getting the disgusting sore throat that mono starts out with. Like my tonsils were just exuding pus. It was like absolutely disgusting. I've never had that before, and I had the worst sore throat, but like no other symptoms at first. I was like, this is suspicious. I either have strep or mono, and my strep test unfortunately was negative. I would have loved to have strep. I did indeed have mono. The next day I started feeling the fatigue. It was hitting me like a ton of bricks. I was feeling the symptoms for about 6 weeks. I have heard of like a couple other people getting it in their mid to late 20s, and it's brutal. It's like the older you are, the harder it is on your body, because kids who get it, the younger they are, the better their body does with it. So that is where I believe I got mono from. There's a slight chance I could have gotten it from the hospital, but I am wearing my mask 24/7, and mono is spread but through saliva. So with the mask, it just doesn't make sense. I believe I got it from my amazing boyfriend, but don't worry, he took really good care of me. He gets a gold star. We're gonna use the smooth styling brush just to get the hair like a little bit more straight, because I tend to have a real wave in the hair and the frizz gets everywhere. So we're gonna use this, then we're gonna do the anti-frizz attachment, then we're gonna get a little like natural wave going. Okay. This is how I like to do it, because it kind of gets all the pieces in your hair, and it like really separates the strands nicely. The hair is looking good. I could go like this. We're gonna swap out our attachments. It's time for the flyaway tamer. This is like literally my favorite feature, because I get really bad frizz up by my roots, but you guys, like, look at this. Usually my hair looks really bad. This is 10 out of 10. Okay, let's answer a couple more of these questions. Please share your dating app tips. This is a really good question, because yes, I did meet my boyfriend on the dating apps. I feel like the key is to be consistent, know what you want, and don't just like someone because you think they look attractive. Like, read their profile and see what they're telling you. Like, what they're showing you is who they are gonna most likely be. You really have to look look. And if it says that they want children and you don't, then that's not going to be compatible. So like, why would you match with them? Narrowing down matches is so important. Out of like 60 people that would match with me, I would find maybe one. My other tip, I feel like maybe should I make a whole video about this? I have so much looking back that I've learned. But another thing that I'll just mention, with my boyfriend, I knew that I was getting like really tired of going on the dating app. So I had just like happened to check it one day and I saw that he like messaged me back, and I just immediately, like without him asking, gave him my number, because I was like, look, I know myself. I only will reply if I'm being texted. He instantly texted me and we were able to just like immediately get off the app rather than like communicating through the chat. But we ever get a hard lunch of your boyfriend? Yes, it's not a never thing. It's a eventually thing. Please respect our privacy. I feel like the first year of any relationship is such sacred, precious time. Both of us have been like really enjoying just getting to know each other and spend quality time with each other. And it's really nice that we don't have to do that on the internet. Eventually you guys will meet him if he wants to be on camera. Okay, couple more quick hitters. Where's my bed frame from? It's from Article. I absolutely love it. What was I looking for in a house? Were you looking for a fixer? Yes, I was looking for a fixer-upper. I knew because of the area that I was looking in that I was not gonna be buying like a brand new house by any means. Honestly, a lot of brand new houses in Portland were just gonna be like out of my price range. So I knew I was looking for a fixer. You guys know my dad, Doug, he is awesome and handy. So I was very fortunate and was kind of looking forward to like doing a lot of projects with him. I was also looking for an ideal situation. I wanted 3-bed, 2-bath. I was totally gonna take 1 bath and thought that that would be what I ended up with, because it would be more like not what others want, but I got what I wanted. I also needed a garage. That was like probably the #1 thing that I needed, because I need a place to store my ski stuff. Was the house well kept? Did it have potential to be like fixed up? It had good bones. Making friends in your 20s when you work a high stress healthcare job. Honestly, become friends with healthcare workers. Like so many of my friends in our 20s who are nurses, we are friends with people from the unit. And although people will come and go and move around, it is so special to be able to like be besties with your coworkers and you guys really get each other's lives, which I think is so special and unique. Also be open to becoming friends with your friend-in-laws, like your friends' friends. Cause I feel like once you get involved in a circle, it just expands so quickly. My other piece of advice would be to do an activity, something that you love, get involved in it again in your 20s, because when you give back to things that you love, you're just gonna bring people who also love that into your world. What makes you happy and what makes you upset in life? Really a wonderful question, because this is something that is probably one of my biggest lessons of 2025, because it was very interesting to have to slow down with mono, get into a new routine and a slower pace of life and learn how to enjoy that and be okay with that, and also to like process that I may not be feeling great at my best friend's wedding. How do I still get through the day and make the most out of it while still taking care of myself? So I learned a lot. You definitely have to like lean on little things. Like, what are the little joys in life that make you happy? Is it avocado toast and a really good cup of tea in the morning? Is it a favorite show? Is it being surrounded by people? I had friends come to me and get to socialize with me while I was looking like a sack of potatoes on the couch, and that was really beneficial. My boyfriend took me to the beach and I just got to be sitting on the couch in a different environment. All of these different things helped bring me a lot of gratitude that despite like not feeling well, I was still getting to live my life. I think that's just such an important lesson to learn, because none of us are ever going to skate through life without a period of like, you know, downtime or sickness or need for rest. So if you can learn how to make the most of that period of time, I think that is so beneficial. And I get to watch kids every day do that while they're going through treatment, but to be able to like reflect and bring those skills that I've watched them create for themselves at a very young age into my own life has been very rewarding. I guess that's a little bit sidetrack of a question, but what makes me happy? Little things in people. And what makes me want to cry? Well, sometimes I just feel like a cry is like healing. Sometimes, other times I'm just like painfully hurt and something like touches something that I hold really close to my heart and it makes me cry. How did I learn how to save properly for a house? I'm 20 and you're such an inspiration. Thank you so much. I watched a lot of people in their 20s save for a house and that was inspiring. Honestly, like the biggest thing is every time I would go shopping or out in the world, I would always compare, would I want this or would I want more money to buy a house or to have money to do something for my house in the future? 70 to 80% of the time, the house always won, because that's like how badly I wanted that dream and goal of mine. I just had certain things that I was okay with spending my money on and other things that I was really not okay with spending my money on that I would try to save. Honestly, haven't gotten my nails done like before I got the house in years. Painting my own nails with my gel manicure kit. I don't spend a lot drinking coffee out. When I go out to restaurants, I usually get almost the cheapest thing on the menu and I don't really buy extra drinks if I don't have to, unless it's like a special occasion. So there was like lots of little ways that I was saving money. Also learning how to work multiple jobs, which I have another question about that. I see that you work more than one job. I have a job, but I really want to do more. Any advice, please? I mean, the key is to get creative and figure out what what works for you. There's so many different avenues of different jobs. I was so lucky that I created this other job of mine when I was 16 years old, and it was before this was even a job. But my biggest piece of advice is to give yourself grace and to know that if you are committing to more than one job, you're gonna have to give up something in your life, and maybe that's like the perfection of you doing both jobs in a perfect capacity. If you're determined to find balance and make both things work, you will. It is very rewarding. Some of my jobs don't even feel like a job because at the end of the day, I love to do it, and those are the best types of jobs. Oh, perfect. My friend is also running late, so this is totally fine. Okay, we're gonna use the auto wrap barrel just to put like a little wave in my hair so it looks nice and polished. Okay, I just finished curling this side of my hair. I feel like it's so nice. It's like an effortless wave, and I feel like it's way better for my hair because I'm not like burning it or my hands on a curling iron, which is so nice. If you guys want to get your own Dreamy Air Styler Pro, be sure to click the link in my description box. I'm gonna leave all the information there. They partner with a bunch of retailers like Amazon, Target, Walmart. I've been loving this product. It looks so good. Let's answer a couple more questions and then I'm gonna do the other side. How do you balance so many different things and still prioritize self-care? I mean, I think the biggest thing is knowing yourself. I can work until I hit a wall where I am all of a sudden grumpy or moody or I feel exhausted and I know I've like gone a little too far. So learning how to like walk that tightrope and find balance, or being able to reward myself with self-care, is a big way that I do it, because that's kind of how I found balance. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get XYZ done, and if I get those things done, then I'm going to dinner with my friend, or I use dinner with my friend as some sort of like deadline reward to get my own work done. So it helps me be productive and move along in my day without me becoming like a true workaholic. How did you end up switching to day shift from nights so quickly? Love your content. Thank you so much for watching. The answer to that question is because I had this rare opportunity where a couple nurses left on days. There was a 0.6 position open. Unfortunately, when I spilled water on my laptop, I feel like I lost all of my amazing footage of the last night shift stretch that I worked where I answered all these questions. So I feel like I never really got to address this, but I ended up taking a part-time position, like working 0.6, which means I'm only on the schedule for 2 12s a week. And then how I do it is I just pick up my third shift of the week, or I work for coworkers, and it honestly has worked out for over a year, which has been great. And during ski season, it's really nice because if I was working full-time and coaching 2 teams full-time, I would be working every single day and I would definitely be burning myself out. I've been able to find balance by kind of like flexing my schedule in that way. What are the bigger differences between living in a house versus an apartment for you? Having a backyard is so nice. I love having multiple rooms and spaces to go. I love being able to creatively find new homes for my stuff. Other differences that are maybe like cons: I don't have a dishwasher. Anything that breaks, I have to fix. I don't just call a landlord. I have to water my plants. I'm gonna have to clean my gutters. I mow my lawn. I used to street park in Portland, and now I have my own garage and my own driveway, and that has been really nice to just save time. I don't ever have to like drive around the block a couple times to find parking. These are really good questions. I'm gonna finish doing the other side of my hair and then we're gonna wrap up the last of the questions. The hair was done. That was really fast. Okay, last couple questions. Were you set on a house in your parents' area by the lake, or did you look elsewhere? I was set on a particular area, and funny enough, my particular area was super small. And so the fact that this was the first house that I seriously looked at and put an offer in and got was honestly a miracle. I do feel like I manifested this house. How do I prevent burnout at bedside right now? I'm seeing it a lot around me. I feel like the thing that's protecting me is that I am like 2.5 years in, and I see a lot of burnout like that 5-year mark, but I also don't have children right now. So I'm in a phase of life where like I really do enjoy the 3-day work week, the 12 hours in and out. I think it is different with a family. You also have to like constantly find ways to further your education and experience in your hospital. Are you learning new skills? Are you getting certifications? Are you training to charge? Are you precepting? What are you doing to like keep it fresh? How long did I save for my house? Any tips for first-time home buyers? Technically, I've been saving since I was in college, but I did spend a large amount of my savings on nursing school so that I could go. I would say 50% of the savings was done pre-nursing school and 50% was done post. And any tips? Find a realtor you trust, know what you want, and ask people their opinions. Like, be open to other people's thoughts and experiences. I got a lot of good feedback, recommendations. Am I still ski coaching? Yes, I'm still coaching for 2 teams because I'm crazy, but I do love it. How do I have so much energy? Any supplements you take? No, I do not believe in taking supplements. I I do drink coffee, but not on an everyday basis. I have like probably caffeinated tea more on an everyday basis. I have energy from the people I surround myself with and the things that I do. I also have mastered the art of a power nap. Do I see myself going back to school? Not at the moment, but I wouldn't say never because I am so young. I still have no interest at the moment and I'm still paying off my original debt from nursing school. That needs to get paid off first. Are you gonna do something to the fireplace? Yes, I am gonna do something to the fireplace. Stay tuned. Hopefully this week I'm gonna work on that. Did you invest your down payment in a fund at all? No, but I did take advantage of a really lucky offer that when I sold my car, I ended up having cash and I deposited it into my savings account, and my bank was running a promotion where if I did transfer a certain amount of money in, that I got like a 5% interest rate for an entire year. So it was kind of like I had my money in a high yield savings account for a while. And then my other method of saving that I did multiple times was, oh my gosh, why am I forgetting the name of this? A CD. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot this. A certificate of deposit. I put my money in a CD that at the time was earning really good interest, over 5%. One of them was a year, one of them was 6 months. When I bought my house, I ended up actually having to pull money out of my CD to get the rest of my down payment, which I did have to pay a penalty for, which just meant that I lost a couple months of interest that I had already been paid. But overall, I still came out ahead, and I didn't know I was going to be buying a house that soon. That is what happened, but those are like a couple of things that I did with my money to help make money while I wasn't really doing anything. Okay, I think those are all the questions I'm going to answer for now because this is such a long video. But if you guys want another Q&A all about my first home buying experience, maybe like some of the intricate details, more savings tips, I could sit down and think about it and like write down a list of things that I would have to share. For now, that's all I'm going to share. I'm so glad we got to catch up, and I feel like you guys are like more updated on my life. Overall, things are so good. I want to thank you guys so much for the support that I've received over the past couple months. It got me through mono. It has gotten me through some stressful long days working on the house. I am just so grateful, and there's no way I would even be living here without you. So this is our house. Today's question of the day is going to be any life updates, anything exciting happening in the fall? Are you guys traveling anywhere? What are you proud of in your life right now? Feel free to share it in the comments down below so we can all help celebrate you. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
In a world I don't wanna say just the same damn thing. What's your height, what's your age, what's the price of your weight? And every year we're expected to show all the things that we were able to grow when you're making half